name is Michelle Bouffard. I am the founder of Tasting Climate Change, and we're here today because Sustainable Winegrowing New Zealand is celebrating 30 years. This is obviously a major achievement. Over the years, they have established 6 different pillars they want to focus on, and today we're here to talk about the pillar that is plant protection. Uh, just to give you an example of how committed they are, today 99% of vineyards in New Zealand use non-chemical methods for managing pests and diseases. So to discuss plant protection with me today, I am happy to introduce you Nigel Sowman, who's the vineyard manager, viticulturist at Dock Point. Nigel, welcome.
Welcome, pleasure.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. I've always admired what Dock Point does, and at Dock Point, you started organic conversion in 2009, and in 2016 you got the certification known as BioGrow, and from what I understand, you're now the largest estate with that certification. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about that certification, because we're not as familiar with this here, maybe in other parts of the world?
So for us here at Dock Point, we actually started with sustainable wine growing right back at the very, very start of the program 30 years ago. Since then, we've expanded what we have done, and we've also moved across to BioGrow. So BioGrow is one of the national organic certification agencies. It's a private one as opposed to a government, because when it first came out, the government didn't have a standard set of regulations. So for us to be part of BioGrow, it's the organic certifier that looks after most of the horticulture in New Zealand. So very well respected. And the one thing about not having a national certification is that we have to follow everyone else around the world. So whatever Canada does, whatever the US does, for us to be part of that, we have to follow their regulations as well. So it's actually really, really tough in New Zealand to gain organic certification, because we have to be as good as everyone else around the world with all their different little pieces that they have.
That's amazing. Nigel, I know also that you've put a lot of measures in place for plant protection, I think from the very beginning. Can you maybe give us some example of those measures and the positive outcomes of it?
Yeah. So yeah, even before we looked to go down the organic route back in 2009, research coming out of Lincoln University in New Zealand in 2006 showed that if we plant buckwheat, phacelia flowers for beneficial insects, we can encourage the parasitic wasp that looks after leaf roll caterpillar. So we started this, and the research was they can fly 30 meters, or say 30 yards, and so every 10th row or every 30 meters, we planted a swath of buckwheat and phacelia flowers. And we continued this right through organics. And now, 20 years on, we are still utilizing this practice. And that's one amazing way to get rid of one insecticide that we really didn't need. And so utilizing flowers, I mean, we've expanded that flower program to do all sorts of things around basically caring for the beneficials. And I mean, one other big issue we have in New Zealand outside of leaf roll caterpillar, which can be for botrytis later on, is what we call grass grub. So it's a little grub that lives in the ground, chews on the roots, but when it flies, it's also known as the Maybug over in the Northern Hemisphere. Here it's a November beetle. It'll fly off and then it'll chew during the feeding. It'll chew leaves, fruit, shoots, and whatever. So that's another insecticide that while it's allowed to be used, it's not part of what we do here at Dock Point. We've really got rid of all insecticides. So we find areas where we are susceptible to that, and we just lay these, and they're not even very fine nets along the outside, which changes the silhouette of the grapes. And what you know, the bugs fly past and keep on flying. So
Wow.
it's been a game changer for us to be able to drop out all insecticides and just a few manual things like putting up nets or planting flowers, and that's solved a lot of issues for us.
Thank you so much. I know there's so much more to say, but I think those are great examples and so important for a sustainable future to stop using pesticide and herbicides in the vineyard. Nigel, thank you so much. For those who are listening, if you go to New Zealand Wine Growers website, you will find the sustainability report for 2025, and there's so much information you can find about the 6 pillars. I really encourage you to go and read the report. Thank you so much.